my first ever YouTube video. My homie Maxwell Rhoe, he's been on my ass to get one out. He's a self-improvement YouTuber. I'm being featured on his second channel, Maxwell Unscripted. I'll link his channel because he's what drove me to get this video out. And I appreciate him for that. So what I'm going to be doing for this video is very basic. I'm going to be walking you guys through my transformation and do's and don'ts, what I did to go from something like this to that in about 2 years. There's so many different things that you need to understand, especially when you're first starting out. I think comparing yourself to physiques online is super unhealthy, especially when you first start out. You don't realize that you'll never look like those people, no matter how hard you try, and they'll never look like how they do online. That seems like contradictory, but I mean, like, it's the truth. Those videos have crazy downlighting, crazy fucking angles and shit. They exploit. I do the same exact thing. I abuse lighting, I abuse angles, I make myself look better that way. I don't look like that in real life. I'm like, somewhat, I guess, but not nearly as good as I do on social media. And I'm like, that's just the way it works, Girls use filters and make themselves look better. It's just like, we all try and project a version of ourselves that is untrue. That way, when people look at that version, they think, wow, we're fucking sexy, So, first piece of advice, do not compare your physique to those on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, whatever the fuck you use, all right? They might even be fake natties, just don't do it. You'll kill your mental, all right? Now that I finished saying that, I think as for actual bodybuilding advice, there's so many videos online that go into like fucking the deepest, darkest science secrets and shit. Me personally, dude, I'm like I would say I'm a science-based lifter, but I'm not like Dr. Mike Israel, where I'm gonna fucking lie down on a bench and do my incline curls for maximum stretch in a lengthened position. Fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. People overhype like the stretch position and bottom portion of a rep, the eccentric part. It's definitely important, yeah, but you're gonna see very, very similar results no matter what you do, especially if you're a beginner, right? If you're a novice lifter, dude, the potential you have for hypertrophy when you're a novice lifter is like through the fucking roof. I mean, like, you gain so much muscle in the first 2 years of lifting that you don't necessarily need to worry about the little nooks and crannies, like the little fucking details. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is your drive for the gym, like getting in there every single day. You don't necessarily have to push yourself to failure, especially if you're only like 6 months at the gym, but working hard, eating right, being dedicated, being consistent, all right? That's what really matters. You can run whatever fucking split you want. You can run PPL, you can run upper lower, you can run full body every other day. It doesn't matter. Splits don't matter, all right? Unless you're running bro split or something crazy. Unless you're hitting like full body every single day. That shit's not gonna fucking work. But most popular splits are that popular because they work. They work really well. They have the right amount of frequency, right amount of time to rest. It's like, please do not go watch like a 2-hour video on what split to run. Don't try and make your own split either. Especially if you're a novice, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Don't do that shit. My personal advice, if you're a beginner, run PPL. PPL for novice lifters is the easiest. Do not try Arnold split if you're a novice. It's going to be really hard to get that mind-muscle connection down with your chest and your back because you're working antagonistic muscles on Arnold. You know, if you're working chest and back and then you already pre-exhaust your triceps and your biceps the day before because you don't know how to hit your chest and back and you've just been using your arms the whole time, when you hit arms on day 2, they're fried. You're not getting any fucking stimulus. All right. So honestly, hit PPL if you're an novice. That's what I recommend. You could do chest and back. You could do upper lower. Do whatever you want, really. Not too big of a deal. So when it comes to the diet portion, it's hard to say when you're a novice. I mean, especially your starting point. If you're a skinny fucking dude, like I'm talking skin and bones, like 5, 6, 7, 8% body fat, you should try and get to a higher body fat percentage, just a little bit. Like try and get up to like the 10s-ish. And then main gain. There's so much controversy behind that topic. I used to think it was bullshit. I used to think main gaining was complete fucking bullshit. And then I tried it and it fucking worked. Ever since the end of my wrestling season, I was at 178. I'm still 178. I could go step on a fucking scale right now. Actually, not now because I've already ate my food. But I could go step on a scale. I'm still 178. And I'm bigger and I'm leaner than I was like 3 months ago. 3 or 4 months ago. You do not need to do what these guys what these IFBB pros are doing on fucking social media. Eating 7 meals a day, 300 grams of protein, fucking 4,000 calories. Like, what? You weigh 100 fucking pounds. You don't need to do that. All right? Don't fucking do that. All right? Eat about a gram per pound of body weight. It's like a super nuanced protein goal because you mostly want to eat a gram per pound of lean tissue. You can't really tell how much lean tissue you have though, so I say if you weigh 170 pounds, shoot for 165 grams of protein. If you hit 160, it's not the end of the world. All right, you're not gonna fucking experience muscular atrophy. Your muscles will not fucking disintegrate if you get 155, 160 grams of protein and you weigh 170 pounds. That's not gonna fucking happen. All right, it's not that deep. If you're skinny fat, main gain. All right, if you were skinny, try and get up to a little higher of a body fat percentage and then main gain. If you're skinny fat, main gain. Believe me, you will lose fat and gain muscle at the same time if you're a novice lifter. That is super easy to body recomp. Body recomp means lose fat and gain muscle, change the composition of your body. So easy to do that when you're new because your muscles are like, since they've never experienced any sort of like mechanical tension, they're super sensitive to any sort of tension you put them under. They will grow like super easily. And when you're exercising and eating at a maintenance level of calories, you're burning calories down into a deficit, meaning your body's gonna start burning fat to reach that maintenance. So you will lose muscle you will lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. If you want to get into the gym and you're fat as hell, like you're like what, a fucking high schooler and you're 200 pounds. First of all, you shouldn't have got to that point. It's super unhealthy, but I'm glad you're trying to make yourself get better. What you need to do is cut. Like, that should be a no-brainer. 100% a fucking no-brainer, bro. What, you're fucking 30% body fat and you want bulk? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? That's like saying a paraplegic wants to pole vault. What? That shit's not happening, bro. So, if you're super obese, if you're just fat, go on a cut. Eat in a deficit. If you're like 240 pounds and you're 5'11 or something, and you're 17, 16 years old, your maintenance might be around like 2,700, 3,000, depending on if you're sedentary, if you have a sedentary lifestyle or not. You can look it up. Look up BMR calculator I'll link one in the description. BMR, basal metabolic rate, that's the amount of calories that you burn doing nothing throughout the entire day. I'll link one, super useful. It helps you guesstimate your maintenance calories. Of course, it's not going to give you the exact one, because everyone's basal metabolic rate varies. So if you really want to know what your BMR is, it's just trial and error, dude. Like, there's no way, no random ass calculator online is going to tell you your exact BMR, but this will give you a good estimate. Well, I don't know. That's all I really have to say. That's all the advice you can really get. I mean, if you watch any other video, they're going to drag this shit out for 30 minutes and then, give you a bunch of bullshit. Bodybuilding is really simple. It's a lot more simple than people make it out to be. So, as for bodybuilding advice, that's really all there is. You know what workouts to do. You're good to go. Like, you don't really need to do anything else. In the long run though, like I said at the beginning of the video, with the whole don't compare yourself to people on social media thing, that's true. Like, that may be the most important part, because I know so many people that quit early on because they didn't start to look like these people that they see on social media. And it sucks because they were genuinely making progress. They just expected to look like these people, these fitness influencers. And then, they just quit. Me personally, dude, I've developed some pretty bad I had pretty bad fucking body dysmorphia, dude. Like, I'm wearing a pump cover, bro, in a fucking YouTube video. I'm in my own house, and yet I still have this big ass fucking shirt on. Like, the whole idea of a pump cover is to hide your body until you get a pump. Then you're like, oh yeah, I feel good enough to take off my shirt. The most dangerous thing in the bodybuilding community is body dysmorphia and mental health, because it leads to so many different things, like the teen steroid pandemic. But that's a topic for another time, because that is a way more complicating problem. So yeah, that's it. If you made it to the end, that's fucking dope. That you're able to hear me yap for however long this video is. So, thanks.